Why do the smartest people often say the least? In a world where everyone's talking, those who stay silent stand out the most. We live in an age of constant sharing. Every win, every plan, even every little mood swing ends up online. It's like the louder you shout, the more validation you expect to receive. But have you ever noticed the truly powerful, the truly respected, they say very little. So here's the question. What are they not telling us? And more importantly, why is their silence so powerful? Think of it like this. In a room full of noise, it's easy to miss what really matters. But silence captures attention. It creates mystery. And in that mystery lies power. Maybe you've had a brilliant idea before, something truly exciting. And in your excitement, you shared it too early, with a friend, a coworker, or even the internet. But soon after, someone else acted on it faster. Or worse, people's doubts started creeping into your own confidence. Sound familiar? That's not just coincidence. It's the downside of oversharing before you're ready. Smart people know this truth. Not everything needs to be said. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Silence isn't weakness, it's a strategy. It's the invisible armor that protects your goals from being stolen or sabotaged. It's your secret weapon against being predictable. And sometimes it's the mental space you need to focus, refine, and execute without the distraction of applause or criticism. In today's video, we're diving into the art of strategic silence, not just as a mindset, but as a powerful tool that can fast-track your success. You'll learn why discretion isn't about hiding. It's about protecting your energy until the moment is right. We'll explore stories of high achievers who moved in silence and made the world turn its head when they finally spoke. Because in a world obsessed with attention, those who choose mystery, they command the spotlight without even trying. Let's get into it. Why you should keep your master plan to yourself. Let's be honest. When you come up with a great idea, it feels like lightning in a bottle. You get that rush of excitement and that spark of creativity, and all you want to do is shout it from the rooftops. But here's the truth. Premature exposure can kill progress. When you share your plans too early, you open the door to outside opinions, doubt, judgment, and even imitation. Your ideas, especially in the beginning, are like delicate seedlings. They need protection. They need time to grow strong roots before facing the elements. Imagine if Elon Musk had shared his earliest plans for Tesla before anything was built. The skepticism would have been overwhelming. The noise, the opinions, the "that'll never work" comments, it could have derailed everything. Instead, the greatest visionaries move quietly. They build in the dark. They let results do the talking. Why? Because when no one sees you coming, no one can prepare to stop you. You'd be surprised how many plans are stolen or sabotaged just because they were shared too soon. When you tell everyone your goals, you might think you're being bold, but in reality, you're handing out the blueprint for others to copy, criticize, or compete against. There's a reason the most successful chess players don't announce their moves. They make them in silence, watching, anticipating, and then striking at the perfect moment. And it's not just about protection. It's also about preserving your energy. Every time you talk about a plan, your brain gets a little dopamine hit, like you've already achieved something. But guess what? That false sense of progress can actually rob you of the discipline needed to follow through. So instead of sharing, focus on refining. Sharpen the edges of your idea. Test it, improve it, let it evolve until it's too good to ignore. Because here's the truth, your silence is not emptiness. It's incubation. And when your results finally show, they won't need an introduction. In the next section, we'll look at real-life examples of people who quietly work behind the scenes and shock the world with what they created. Stay with me, this gets powerful. Real-life stories. The power of silent moves. Let's bring this to life with real stories, because the art of discretion isn't just theory, it's a signature move of some of the world's most iconic minds. The Wright brothers flying in silence. Most people know the Wright brothers as the pioneers of flight, but what many forget is how quietly they worked. While other inventors boasted about their big aviation dreams, Wilbur and Orville kept their heads down, testing and refining in private. They didn't seek fame, they sought results. And when they finally unveiled their flying machine in 1903, the world was stunned. No buildup, no drama, just pure innovation. That surprise, that shock factor, it was only possible because of their silence. Elon Musk, the silent phases of a giant. Before the world saw the sleek Tesla Roadster or the Falcon rockets piercing the sky, Elon Musk was silently pouring everything into research, prototypes, and trial and error. While others were posting motivational quotes and making bold declarations, he stayed quiet, building, failing, learning. And when he finally went public, it wasn't a pitch. It was proof. That's the difference. Public noise creates expectations. Private work creates shockwaves. Kawhi Leonard, quiet, deadly, focused. In the NBA, there's no shortage of flashy stars. But then there's Kawhi Leonard. Calm, reserved, rarely even cracks a smile on the court. He doesn't talk trash. He doesn't announce comebacks. He just plays, quietly, masterfully. And when he led the Toronto Raptors to their first ever NBA championship in 2019, he didn't need the hype. His silence became his legend. These stories have one thing in common. Their silence wasn't passive, it was intentional. Each of them chose to protect their process, guard their energy, and let their actions do the speaking. And that's the lesson. Your silence is not a weakness. It's a strategy. In the next section, I'll break down how you can apply this mindset in your own life. Whether you're building a business, creating something new, or simply trying to level up in private. Let's make your next move. Your best kept secret. How to apply the power of discretion in your life. So how do you use this power in your own life? It starts with a shift in mindset. You don't need to be secretive. You need to be strategic. That means knowing what to share, when to share it, and with whom. The truth is, not every moment of progress needs to be broadcasted. In fact, the more intentional you are about what you reveal, the more powerful your presence becomes. Let's look at how you can use this in 3 areas of life: your goals, your relationships, and your career. 1. When you're working on a big goal, whether you're launching a business, writing a book, or trying to make a major life change, resist the urge to tell everyone about it right away. Not because they'll sabotage you, but because their opinions, doubts, or even misplaced enthusiasm might distract you. Keep your energy focused inward. Build quietly. Document the journey for yourself, not for applause. When it's time, let your results make the noise. 2. In your relationships. Discretion isn't just about what you share. It's also about what you protect. Not every disagreement, emotion, or personal struggle needs to be shared with the world, especially online. Keep your inner circle tight. Handle conflicts with maturity and privacy. The strongest relationships aren't the ones that are constantly on display. They're the ones that are respected enough to stay sacred. 3. In your career or business, you don't need to announce every promotion, project, or win on LinkedIn or Instagram. Quiet confidence goes a long way. Let your consistent work, your integrity, and your performance speak louder than status updates. True professionals know that value isn't shown, it's proven over time. The opportunities that matter most often find those who are focused, not flashy. A simple rule of thumb: ask yourself one question. Does this need to be said right now, and for what purpose? If the answer is to seek approval, validation, or attention, pause. That's not power, that's ego. But when you act with intention, when you choose silence over noise, you create space for clarity, focus, and inner strength. Because here's what most people forget. The quieter you become, the more you hear. And in that silence, you learn, you grow, and you prepare for your breakthrough. In the final part of this video, we'll pull it all together with a powerful takeaway that might just change how you approach success from this day forward. Final takeaway: let silence be your superpower. If there's one thing I want you to take from this entire journey, it's this. Discretion isn't about hiding, it's about protecting. Protecting your focus, protecting your peace, protecting your purpose. We live in a time where everyone is talking, shouting, even to be seen, to be heard, to be validated. But here's the paradox. The loudest voice isn't always the strongest. The ones who move in silence, who choose their words with care, who let their actions do the talking, they're often the ones who leave the deepest impact. Think about the people you admire most. They probably didn't get there by bragging or oversharing. They moved with purpose. They acted with intention. And when the moment was right, they delivered. So the next time you feel the urge to announce your plans, ask yourself, do I want attention or results? The world doesn't need to know your next move. But when you're ready, make sure it's impossible to ignore. Let your silence build something powerful. Let it speak volumes without saying a word. And if this message resonated with you, I want to invite you into a different kind of community. One that's not about the noise, the trends, or the race for likes, but about depth, wisdom, and mastering yourself from the inside out. If you're ready to move smarter, grow quietly, and lead with purpose, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because in a world full of noise, your calm, your focus, and your discretion, that's your unfair advantage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.